Hello and welcome to the New Jersey Morning Show. I'm Cara DeFalco.
And I'm Mike Favetta. We're so glad you could join us today.
Absolutely. So, Mike, the big talk this week has been that Monday eclipse, and some folks in New Jersey may want to have their eyes checked after a local library says the eclipse glasses they handed out may have been counterfeit. The Moorestown Library posted online that the glasses they had distributed to visitors leading up to the eclipse may not actually work. They did post the warning before the eclipse happened, so hopefully nobody used them. The library says they purchased the glasses through Walmart.com, and we've heard several reports of these counterfeit glasses or just glasses that were not properly set up for the eclipse, being distributed and being purchased.
Sure, some received refunds from Amazon purchases automatically, but it goes to show that while the one astronomy organization that kind of verifies them and puts them on a list, and then there's the International Standards Board that also verifies them. So depending on which one you listen to, it kind of you were kind of left in the dark, so to speak. A little pun there, but with what the general public maybe can't really educate themselves, on optics and on these different types of lenses, you were kind of left out to see whatever you can get your hands on.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit confusing as to what you should be looking for when you purchase those glasses, for sure.
Right.
So, Mike, here's what the eclipse looked like outside of our studio here in Nutley, New Jersey. Gorgeous. Now, I know you headed upstate to the Plattsburgh area to check out the eclipse. What was that like? Because they had 100% coverage, right?
Yeah, totality. And my, oh my, it was amazing to see, hear the gasps of the crowd. We were in a park right on the waterfront of Lake Champlain, and everyone going, and oohing and eyeing simultaneously. It did take your breath away, quite honestly. My wife was recording as I was looking up and looking at the totality and to see the contrast of the bright corona and the pitch black of the moon was one of the coolest things. Very much like the photos that you've seen of totality earlier this week, but nothing can compare to kind of give you an idea of that contrast from black as night and that bright corona. And then looking around, it looked like we were out on a midnight stroll in the park. It went from daylight 5 minutes later to pitch black. The streetlights turned on, those that had their cars on, their headlights automatically turned on. And it was very cool to see also the planets. It was Mars and Jupiter were visible. So that was really a sight to see.
Yes, I did hear that they were visible like at that moment behind it. And I was, we were watching some of the live coverage from across the country. And one of the guys was just able to, or girls was able to get a beautiful shot just right at that moment of totality. And I don't know optically or, what it's called, but that, that last flash of light before the moon completely covered the sun.
Yeah.
It was just gorgeous. And, not often enough in our lives, I think, do we get to have those moments of awe and wonder where it's, yes, all the science in the world, we know exactly what was happening, but it really was something to see.
Also, something to experience was 10 hours of traffic coming down the thruway and the Adirondacks. Didn't even make it home, had to grab a room in Albany for the night because after 7 hours of stop and go traffic on the thruway, we just gave up.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that's where you make it a whole weekend. Instead.
That's it.
All right, to some of our headlines from around the state today. So police were called to a Lakewood restaurant for a report of a naked man trashing the establishment. So the restaurant was Maggie's Bar and Grill. They called the incident a hate crime on their Instagram page. The restaurant says there was damage to their furniture, their fixtures, their equipment. Police say the damage may be worth almost $100,000. Police were able to subdue the man, but the damage was already done. Maggie's has been online saying, quote, "This type of behavior with the intent to destroy one of the last remaining local bars in the Jackson-Lakewood area will not be tolerated." Something to see. And a certainly bizarre story. You could almost, I don't know about the hate crime portion of it because the naked thing kind of leads me to go crazy.
Yeah. It's a sad state when you hear so much about, and this is not recent. This has been a problem for a while about why are the local municipalities and really the lawmakers, why are they putting these people away when they really need mental help?
Yeah.
And mental health seems to be, like you mentioned with the naked portion, mental health seems to be kind of an issue. It's ongoing, and unfortunately, these instances occur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, up next, why a small business owner's social posts went viral in an Instagram.
Yep, plus why female business owners are working with the YWCA to pitch their businesses.